Now we're live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Side Dish. It's me, Doug. We are going to, first, happy Eve of 4th of July. We're going to make something real easy, but real good. So we're making brownies, but we're going to gild the lily, and we're gonna put half the mix in the container, and then we're going to put 9 peanut butter cups in the middle, and then top it off, and then bake it. Now, we're making them from scratch. We've made this with the
Ghirardelli brownie mix.
It's really good. You can just do that. But this is brownies are actually pretty simple to make overall. I mean, there's a little bit of stuff. So what I've got going here is I just got a double boiler going because we're going to gently melt this butter, which I have 10 tablespoons, and I'm going to start that now so I can get melty. And then I'm going to add cocoa powder, a little salt, and sugar, and then we're going to mix that up, and then it needs to cool. And for our drink tonight, we're having brandy Alexanders, which are brandy, cream de cacao, and cream. So it's like a grasshopper. They're pretty good. When we get to that, I'll tell you a funny story about them. So I go back to the office this week, and it wasn't that bad, but I do miss working from home. So we're gonna let this melt, and then so what we need is we got 10, like I said, 10 tablespoons of unsalted butter, or 145 grams. And we need 1¼ cups just white sugar. So I'm wearing a collar and pants and stuff. We're going to a barbecue after this, so I thought I'd look nice-ish. Nope, that is here. It is. I know. How was everybody else this week? I hope it was good. Gotta keep positive, keep things moving, take care of each other. So we're gonna let that go a little bit more. Like we're gonna get everything we're ready to eat and go, because I want to put it in there, and then once we start mixing it. The instructions for this recipe, it's you don't really have to, but there's some very specific things. It's like at one point, it's like when you put the flour, it's like paddle and turn it 40 times. And I was like, I ain't doing that. And the swap looks just fine. So there's some special stuff, but we'll get to that as we go. So as this melts, again, this is frozen butter because it was in the freezer and I forgot that I had it in there and I needed it. So it's fine.
You should have cut it up more.
Probably, but here we are. This is tough to pour out of this container, so I need 3/4 cup. So I'm just going to take it out here. This is cocoa rouge. It's a cocoa powder, unsweetened, for baking and drinking. Don't drink the powder. You'll go brown cloud will go everywhere. It's red Dutch process. That's why it's. But the biggest thing is make sure that it's natural and unsweetened. So I may have to get the other one I bought. I doubt it, but we'll see. It takes a lot of cocoa. It's very cocoa forward. That's why it's like fudgy almost too, and a little bit, because the brownies are like this mystery, right? Where the edges, you think, oh, it's got to be like cooked all the way through and turned, like the edges are crispy and sort of pulling away. They almost look dry, but then the middle is still gooey. Well, that's because you have to let stuff set, and it's sort of.
So don't cook it to death, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and you will be tempted to, because you can take and just do a toothpick test. It's going to come out moist. It's not going to be clean, but if it has some crumbs on it and stuff, then we're good. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to do the other one. I can't believe that. This is take a whole thing, whole 8 ounces. That's fun. Let me go into the closet. Good thing Jordan was here while we were out of town, because he cleaned the so he could get to the snacks. So he cleaned it so he could walk around in there. So that's why
I tried to organize it some more the other day.
You did, yes. That inspired.
I got one shelf done.
So
2 shelves.
2. I mean, better than that, right? What? Found out our old house is for sale again, which is crazy.
What are you doing there?
I'm just sort of doing a little level here. And,
I'm just messing around.
yeah. The butter's melting, and we're just kind of waiting here for a sec.
So it's 1 cup and
2 tablespoons.
okay,
No,
but,
3/4 of a cup.
oh, 3/4 of a cup.
And 2, yeah. And 2 tablespoons. I probably actually don't have enough in here because there was extra. So
There was.
yeah, well, juice. Okay. See, so I didn't need it. Hooray me.
More brownies tomorrow.
That's right. Everything. So the butter, the cocoa powder, the sugar, the salt. And here it is. Which is, again, all the ingredients here are very specific. It is 3/4 of a cup and 2 tablespoons, and 1/4 of a teaspoon rounded. So not flattened, but like that. I mean, seems that that's inaccurate. Whatever. Okay, now here's a pro tip that I did earlier. I tried to use a whisk for this. It specifically says don't use a whisk, but I said, what do they know? I know more than everybody. But the problem that comes up is that this is going to be grainy and chunky until it all comes together. And then when we have 2 cold eggs, so I just took these out before we started. I don't know why that is significance of it. Maybe because it cools down the mixture.
Or how it emulsifies.
Yeah. So you do this over the double boiler, and I'm mixing it in. And over time, what this is going to get is it's going to get less grainy as the butter. This takes a little bit of time. So, that's why I started the butter a little earlier, because it's going to still have to melt down. The other one looks to be completely almost done, pretty much. So we just leave that. It'll melt some more. I also put these in the refrigerator because if you leave them out and you try to peel them, sometimes it sticks and it's just, never good.
Why don't you peel them while you're waiting?
Resist the urge. No, because resist the urge to eat them. There are 2 more packs in the refrigerator, Denise. I know what you're thinking. I don't need that anymore. I don't know. I mean, I forgot to go to Costco. I was going to get some ribs today. I think I'm going to go. Denise said that Smith's has brisket on sale, so maybe I'll go do a brisket tomorrow. I'll smoke a brisket all day and have it nice.
We've had thunderstorms almost every afternoon this week.
Yeah. Oh, here's what we can do while that's doing business. So this is an 8x8 metal pan, and what you need is to. We're going to put parchment here. I've already oiled it, and the reason why we're putting parchment in it is going to become apparent when we pull stuff out. But brownies, when they're hot, as we said earlier, are gooey. If you try to cut them while they are gooey, no bueno. If you try to take them out of here, you're going to get stickage all the way around. This just helps. So this is roughly a square, 16, 18 inches. And all I'm doing is turn it to the longer of the 2 sides and find roughly the middle. You didn't know I was going to be good at crafts tonight either. So. Oh. And if you did it right, it fits pretty dang close. And this is what you do. You want these little wings to come out. And then also take your fingers and make sure that you press down and on the sides if you need to.
Well, yeah, we can see the oil's thickened.
Yeah. So if you do a little bit more to help yourself and make sure. So yeah. And then I'm going to do the other one. And again, it's just going to cover both sides. And
I'm glad you didn't spray yourself in the face with that.
I mean, it probably would have been pretty comical for everybody else.
It's not hot.
That's burning me. So, okay, so now let's take and melt some more butter. Break it up. Next, I hate this thing. I wish I had a real double boiler, but it's a unitasker and you don't need it. But it does come handy sometimes. I watched the other day. Oh, they made these pearled pork balls on Dessert Person on YouTube, and but they were trying to make meringue cookies, not macaroons, but like, anyways, they had a fail on the macaroon side the first time around, so they made these pork balls, and they looked really good. So the other thing I noticed when I was doing this with either a soft spatula or the whisk is that it really stuck to the sides more. So this really helps incorporate sort of the butter and everything into here. And you're going to say, but Doug, it's going to look so grainy. Well, yeah, that's fine. You know what? It is going to look grainy. But again, that's going to go away when we start adding the eggs in. And that emulsification is going to happen, and everything is going to start looking smooth and silky. I do like these. I just like brownies. I mean, I don't eat them all the time. They're I think they're rich. The thing with this too, and that's why the peanut butter cups are going to add to it. The chocolate, we didn't put a ton of sugar in there. A cup and a half is a lot for brownies, but it's got to counteract this is unsweetened, right? So really, if you were to get sweetened like cocoa mix, you could use it and it would be fine. So this is going to be a little bit more bittersweet. But adding in, not bittersweet, is that the right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, bittersweet. And then you're gonna add, once you add the chocolate, the sweet peanut butter cups, then it's gonna kind of balance out. It's gonna give you a really, I think it's gonna give you a nice, as they say, I like the mouth feel. So it's so weird. It's so creepy too. Mouth feel. It's like it's from a movie. It's our R.I.P.D. and they're eating hot dogs, but you can't taste them. Why do we eat these things? Because I like the mouthfeel. It's gross. So, do you ever eat anything for just the texture? I don't think so. That's how it goes. So, put this to the side. While this is also happening, start your oven 325. It's a little bit lower, but it's going to go for 30 minutes or so. And when it's done, again, we'll check it. I had to go about 5 minutes more, just for our altitude and sort of making sure that everything looked pretty good. We'll see if that was a smart move. So, okay. Come on, butter. There you go. And it's right. I should have cut it off.
Thank you.
You know,
Surface area helps.
live and learn, everybody. Live and learn. So you have to let this cool because, as it says in the recipe, this is hot, and you do not want it to be so hot that the eggs curdle.
You make scrambled eggs.
We learned that. So again, got a plan for that. Okay, we've hit homeostasis. Everything's going to be good. So I'm going to remove this from the heat, and I'm just going to place it. No, I don't want to do that. I want to wait because I do want it to go on the granite eventually to help cool it, but. So I'm just going to move this so I have a little bit more elbow room. Yeah. Okay, so while that's cooling, let's make a brandy Alexander. So we need brandy. I was telling Amy and Denise before we went on live that I was looking up the recipe for this, and it was like brandy Alexander from liquor.com. So the debate was, is cognac a type of brandy? Because they give a whole listing of the brandy Alexander and all of this stuff, and then it's like brandy.
It just depends on where it's from. Cognac must be made in the Cognac region of France, while brandy can be made anywhere in the world.
Stupid.
It's like champagne versus sparkling wine.
Okay. Well, this is just Christian Brothers brandy.
Well, I told you it was something to do with the process.
So, yeah. Well,
It's not.
Location.
So people who drink cognac, like, straight up and just drinking brandy, basically.
Yeah.
Vanilla cognac is delicious.
Oh, there we go. So then we've got our handy dandy creme de cocoa here, and there is a dark version of this that you can get, which they say, you can use that. And then put more brandy in there, you'll really be on your butt. Make sure you shake your cream a little bit before you. Okay. And then do a little dance.
Doug dance.
This is again, we're getting everything mixed together. The other thing that shaking does is so it does melt, melt the water or the ice, and so you get a little. You think an ounce and a half is quite a bit of like alcohol, but then it gets watered down, or not watered down, but it gets diluted even more. So back the story for while I make the other one. There's a friend of ours. We were coming over for a dinner party, and we get there, and he's already drunk. Because it turns out that while he was cleaning his house all day, he had been making tumbler-sized brandy Alexanders, forgetting how much alcohol, how much proof brandy is. And while getting ready for said dinner party, he slipped, fell in the shower, brought down the shower curtain, and bruised 2 ribs. So you know who you are out there. Try not to do that again. Fresh nutmeg. This is, just tops it all off. Oh.
You put your nutmeg in there.
Did you drop it in there?
Yeah. Hold, please. That was awesome. Really got away from me there. Did you see that? Sort of like just jumped out. I mean, everybody, that's too much nutmeg.
You had your fingers and hit that.
Greater.
Okay, let's try that again.
No, I think that's good. How much do you want on there?
Like that.
Okay.
I only wanted a couple bit more. Here you go.
You're not going to try it?
No, it's for you. I'm going to make my own.
Thank you.
I mean, how bad could it be? Famous last word, right?
That might work.
Smells amazing. Tastes
I figured we go with
delicious.
this because it's cream to cocoa and we're doing chocolate brownies and blah, blah, blah. We're just playing up the whole theme. What do you think, Denise? Pretty good?
Pretty boozy, but good.
No, that's good. That's what you want to hear. Pretty boozy, but good. So.
Makes you feel all warm inside.
Yeah, that's tasty.
Well, now you understand why.
Why somebody might fall down afterwards.
Because they taste so good, and then you're like, oh, blah, 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 and then you fall down. And that's not fun. So, I have never fallen down while drinking. Never.
I didn't fall down while drinking, but I fell down the
After.
next day.
Excuse me. This show makes me thirsty. Fiji water. Fiji, if you're out there. Not the whole country of Fiji, just Fiji water. We do like Fiji water around these parts. Oh yeah.
Nate says they are watching from upstate New York next to the fire on our projector and outdoor screen. We must win for furthest away and coolest watching experience. I would agree.
I think that's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
I like that this, as this show continues to evolve and more people watch, and the feedback we get really is really nice to hear. So we appreciate all your comments and everything, and we love to hear from you. With that in mind, again, you can email us at sidedishcooking@gmail.com, and all of our social medias is @sidedishcooking. So if you want to look us up and drop us a note, we'd love to hear from you. You don't even have to just have recipe ideas or anything like that. We want to hear just like how everybody is doing. And, again, with the new everything, the new year and everything, we want to, the new year.
We're 6 months into the new year.
Somebody, who said Happy New Year to me today? Or maybe it was yesterday. Oh, Joel and Michael, our friends, came over and we made kombucha last night and bottled it. And I think one of them was like, Happy New Year. And I was like, we're like 6 months in. What's happening?
But they didn't see us.
That's right. So cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
That is.
I can't imagine drinking a tumbler full of that. But.
That would be super heavy, I would think, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fresh nutmeg, though, like it does exactly what fresh nutmeg does, is makes it real delicious. So All right, so that's still pretty warm, but we can, you know what we can do? Nope. We'll just put it here. Let me clean up a little bit here. I know, don't freak out that I'm cleaning up. So. Nope, I need the half cup. Service with a smile. Yeah, like who else is out there who is farther away than upstate New York? I mean, I don't think anybody's going to beat the projector by a fire. I mean, come on. That's the coolest thing I've heard of in a while. So we appreciate your commitment to side dish, Nate and Rachel. It's like one of, it's very nice to know. So I'm going to just mix this up a little bit. So, I mean, you want to zoom in on that real quick? Bub?
Sorry, I was reading comments.
That's fine.
What are we doing a cooking show here?
Yeah, I just want to show it
Looks like mud.
Yeah, I mean, literally looks like grainy mud. The cool thing about this is, again, like I was saying, when we start adding the eggs in here, the emulsification starts to make like it really silky looking. Mm. And so that's also the rest of the sugar sort of dissolving. And as you do that, like again, this recipe, it's like 40 turns after we put this out. I was like, no, thank you. That doesn't seem like something I want to do. You could do all of this. Well, not the double boiler stuff, but you could do all of this in this part in a mixer if you really wanted to. So you do want to make sure here that this between eggs, everything is mixed in, and you can't really see any part of the egg. But we'll start to see again as this is coming together, the emulsification is going to happen here. And it'll go from grainy, and it'll start being like, oh, that's something I might want to eat. Even though, this looks pretty good right now. Yeah, my hair's just weird stuff these days. Are we getting haircuts next week?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm only getting a trim. Don't worry. I've decided I think I'm going to go like maybe the whole year without like getting a real big haircut. So we'll just see what it looks like.
What are you doing down there?
Nothing. Making sure.
Secret.
I thought you were going to crack it into the garbage
No, I would
thing.
never do that. That would be something.
You might do that just on accident.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, here we go. La, 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 la.
It even has a smoother sound.
Yeah. But, I mean, the other thing, too, is you can also kind of, there's brown butter chocolate chip cookies that I also make that is a mixture between brown sugar and white sugar. But when you mix it together and you add in the eggs, you mix for 90 seconds and then you wait. And then you mix for 90 seconds and then you wait. And the reason you do that is because then the sugar starts to also sort of melt like it does, and like a liquid. And so you get, again, a more silky sort of together like mix. Because in a regular cookie, if you didn't know this, you cream the butter with the sugar and it gets light and airy. But doing it that way, what you get is it'll poof in the middle, but lace at the end, so you get crunchy and so good. That's the hero there to this, but maybe in the future you'll see that. So, so you can see, look, it's totally different looking. And that's
what 2 eggs will do.
Yeah.
Is that? No, that's not the batter yet. There's no
not
flour
yet.
in there.
There's no flour. But it's only a half cup of flour. That's
what?
It's all, yeah. It's all, I mean, it's literally.
Holy moly.
It's basically the flour is there to sort of bind everything together in addition to the egg. So, just be aware. Like I said, these are very chocolate forward. So there's nothing ceremonious about this. Just put it in there. And then I'm kind of doing a fold a little bit until it gets incorporated, but
just so you don't go poof.
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing this in the mixer?
Why am I not doing it in the mixer?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it being that loud. I want to talk over it, and the mixer's loud.
Okay, but you could.
Yeah, you could totally do it. I think you want to, again, like I said, do the double boiler part, let it cool. You could then add all of that into
you could have put that on the double, excuse me, sorry. Couldn't you have put that on the double boiler?
You probably could. I mean, again, I'm not. I think the recipe sort of makes fun of you. That's what I think is hilarious. Let me see if I can find it because it says, where is it? I gotta find it because it's hilarious. Oh. You also need vanilla. You need 1 teaspoon.
Good thing you were looking for the sass.
I was looking for the sass and then I remembered. You kind of do this also when it's sort of semi-warm, which it's still really warm. And then it just brings out the extract a little bit more in the oils. Not oils, but you know what I mean. And it'll loosen it, just a teeny tiny bit. It is going to be stiff. That's what she said. Anyways.
It's a kid show, Doug.
No, it's not. There's kids watching. It's literally specifically asked me when I make these videos and getting ready. It says, are these for people under 18? And I say, no. I mean, kids can watch it, but what if I burn myself terribly on the air and I have to do a more than PG-13 expletive? I mean, that would be. Wow. See? So basically in there, it says, if you're too weak to turn it 40 times, do it in the mixer. All right, it's not those words, but that's the implication. And it's like you should do this by hand. But if you're too weak, then don't.
That's funny.
So, okay, so here's a couple of things that I noticed on the second time around. I only have used this, and it's been way easier. I tried to use this thing, and I was like, blah, blah, blah. Now,
those are awfully flexible.
Yes, these are going to be good when we go into here, which we're going to be doing here shortly. But I want to make sure that I, again, get it mixed. And it will pull away, and that's what it's doing. So when you do a big glob of it, that's what you're looking for.
Okay.
So this now goes here. And then we need half of this. So I'm going to take roughly.
You're just eyeballing?
Roughly.
Or are you just going to wait for it all to slide off of there?
The suspense is killing me while I know it. I am going to use this to help get it off of this. It will come off.
Could you maybe fold down the paper on the front so we can see what's happening in there?
Yes, I can try.
Thank you.
How's that?
That's perfect.
Okay, perfect. And the nice thing about these is because it has, it literally just comes off of this. So it's really nice that it comes off of the spatula very nicely. So that's not quite half. We'll do a little bit more here. If it's not, because you're going to if you wanted to do more, you could probably do, let's say, even 2/3 of it, because you're going to nestle the Reese's peanut butter cups into the batter. And that's really going to cause some havoc. But so, because obviously it's not really moving too much, you got to move it in and sort of spatula it in, and then give it some encouragement. Oh, no, don't do that. You can't really do anything easy here. I mean, if I knew what I was doing, I would probably have a clue. I don't know about anything.
That's real thick.
Yeah, it is. Again, that's what she said. It does bake up because it says easy fudgy, so it's going to be when you eat it, it's going to have a real nice consistency to it. It is just hard to work with. So again, if you want to add to fill in the gaps in strategic places, I would recommend it. And then again, really all you're going to try and do here is just come on.
Come on, man.
It's not even. It's not hard, but it is. Maybe it's. No, that's not at all.
Is the banging it on the cutting board method?
That's after I get it sort of into place, because what I noticed this afternoon when I did it, Denise, it did not. It only moved a little bit. Yeah, no. I think it just jiggled like yellow. So, but that's okay. I ended up with chocolate everywhere too. Jeez, come on, Doug. I'm wearing nice clothes here. I end up with chocolate all over my face like a kid. All right. Let's get these it's really hot.
No, you're just having a breakdown.
It's fine. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. I can promise you, it's gonna work. I did it earlier. It's fine. I am sweating so much right now. I feel like it's really noticeable, and then my armpits are super warm, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
Oh, well, I'm apparently not paying attention because I was still staring at the.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I'm having a hot flash apparently. All right, so you can see I pushed them down.
No, we can't see. Okay.
So they're really just the tops are, and that's actually different. You need 4.5 of these, or if if you've got big ones, or you make your own. You could also, I think, which would be really good, if you wanted it to at this point, you could take some creamy peanut butter and do like a swirl in there, and that would be really good too, I think. But you do you.
Some caramel sauce.
I mean, sure. We could probably just name all kinds of really awesome things and put in here. You could melt
Thin
some.
mints.
Yeah, thin mints would also be really good. Or Andy's candies. Oh,
Just plump some
Those
rolls in there.
Thin. Oh,
no,
aren't Andy's candies? What are Andy's candies?
they're like the little squares with the
With
mint
a
in.
green line in the middle.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, but thin mints though. would be good.
you got a little crunch. in
Any
there.
kind of cookie in there.
So
Hmm.
this is really just brownies are. See, this is what I was trying to avoid, but I took them out, apparently took them out of the refrigerator too early.
You're supposed to scrape that off.
Yeah, I know
With
you're
your
supposed
teeth.
to, but we're on a time crunch here, people. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. Again, I know it's not hot, and I can feel the air conditioning blowing on me, but I'm like, why is it so hot?
It's the brandy.
It could be. I should probably have a drink of that. That'll cool it right now, right?
Make dark chocolate brownies and put those into these brownies. Brownie
Inception.
inception.
That seems that might be too many layers of brownie.
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
I've actually seen that. I thought about doing that for this, but
Oh yeah, that'd be good. So I think maybe try to distribute it more when you're
really, it's 6 1/2 dozen the other, but I think it's it's not like I gotta get as much out of here as humanly possible. Again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time making it, so let's not waste not. Ooh. Well, see, that just plopped down there. That was weird. I do believe you're gonna when you see it, you're gonna be like, I can't believe that came from that. But Piper can't believe it either. That's why she was in the kitchen.
Hey, no.
No, sit.
Okay. It's starting to get real sticky over here. When I finished this last time, it took me like 10 minutes to clean up because I had a little like chocolate all over my face. Like, see, because you're just like, oh, that's, and you're like, ended up with that. It's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah. Oh, nope, I need that. What is happening? You guys didn't think you were going to watch a nervous breakdown on live air tonight.
Are you having a panic attack?
Nope.
Do you
I'm
need to
fine.
breathe? Just breathe.
I'm gonna be fine. Okay. I'm
In
fine.
through your nose,
Everything's
out
fine.
through your
Everything's fine.
mouth.
Stop asking. No, just kidding. I mean, again, the layer is enough as long as you sandwich it in. So if you can get it to the sides, push them down a little bit. These are like breaching like whales in here. Oh, that's sort of an elephant. That's that. Hey, did you guys hear about the 30-foot rhino they found? That, well, not alive. Wouldn't that be crazy? Ancient beast.
Not alive.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, it is really, probably freezes and be like almost fudge-like. I mean, that's what it is. Okay, See, look at that. That turns out
Okay.
came together.
Nicely
I know
done.
you guys were like, this is going to be a catastrophe, like rice pilaf, my nemesis. But it wasn't. We figured it out. Okay. So we're,
TV wants to know how much of that drink you've had. Like
Who?
literally one drink.
yeah. I'm going,
Not enough for this shenanigans.
yeah, believe me, I don't know what's happening. I'm going to take this in here, 325, 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, you want to check it. You pull it out, you're going to take a toothpick.
It's hard to do the toothpick test though, because it's got the ooey gooey in the middle.
You will know, it says basically it's going to come out, go in and come out. It will have the ooey gooey on it, but you'll see like crumbs attached to it.
Like cake crumbs.
Yeah, and so I went 35 total minutes, and it totally removed and plated itself. So that's the magic of these brownies. So at the end of this, like, this is what you get. The other thing you could do to prepare for this is, if you want for cutting, you could put it in the freezer and firm it up a little bit, and then do that. But we're not going to do that. So
Well, it's pretty firm.
it's pretty firm. I made these and cooled them like, I don't know, 2 hours ago. All right. A little is going to go a long way here.
Yeah, I would do like bite size pieces.
So
The batter's.
Oh yeah, open that.
that is what we're looking at, folks. Can they see that? Can you see that really
yeah,
well?
it's so amazing.
Yeah. So, again, we're talking that much of a. Do you want a middle piece, an edge? Do you want a double edge? People, they made those whole brownie pans so it all the edge.
I don't have it.
What a
I
psycho
don't really
would
care
think
that
of that.
much.
I mean,
about
I don't
that.
really care. Here it is. We'll cut one for you. We can all have a little taste.
Which size? What do you like? The corner?
I'll take the one to my right.
This one. Okay. The whole big one. No. Okay. There you go. Okay. So the other thing, and you can kind of see it more in the center, is if you look at the line, look at this, it's still really gooey.
Here, let me zoom in.
So you can, you see between there, it's like,
Fudgy brownie.
yeah, exactly. So, it did exactly what it was supposed to. My love.
Thank you.
So, that was a bit of a show.
Mm.
As always, look, if you like watching a man fumble around every week trying to figure out if what he's doing is correct or not, you should tune in every week. And if you like it enough, you should like and subscribe. And then if you like it like it's like your favorite thing on the planet, you should tell everybody you know to come and watch us. Again, half of what we do this show for is the interaction with you, and we love it. Every week we love it. We did it. Another episode, 58, 59 next week on the 10th. It's going to be amazing. So remember.
Gonna have family in town.
Yeah, my niece comes in on the 12th, and she'll be on.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, she will be on.
I'll tell her next
She'll be
week.
on the 17th, but she's 15, so she's gonna be real sassy and teenager with. But okay, remember, be kind, be loyal, do something nice for somebody this week. We love you very much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
That's brown one.